Hello. Hello, beautiful souls. So I had to come back. Y'all know how I am. I did already film this live video, but I wanted to come back and redo some things because I'm just the kind of person where if I see something I don't like, we're gonna redo the whole video. And I also feel like there are certain things that I added in the video, like where spirituality originated from, that could be a little bit controversial to some people, but it's the facts. So yeah, we're not gonna talk about that in this one. But overall, what I was saying in the last live video that I deleted because I'm a bit of a perfectionist, trying to work on that. Um, but I like things to be a certain way. But in the last video, what I was saying is using discernment, like in all areas of your life, but mainly with people. And what I was saying by using discernment, what I was saying is when you know you've had people in the past who've badmouthed you, they spread rumors, they overlooked you, they competed with you, they just done things to try to break your spirit. But later on, when they see that you're talented, that you're special, that you're intellectual, that you're intelligent, that you bring something valuable and fundamental to the table, then they want to work with you. Then they want to collab with you. Then they want to be cool with you. Then they want to be besties. Then they want to have you on social media. And it's like, no, you have to have discernment because how people, treat you is how they feel about you. So if you have people mistreating you, talking bad about you, best believe that's how they feel about you. And now they see that they can profit off of you, which is why they try to be cool with you. These people aren't trying to be cool with you because they realize that they were wrong or that they misjudged you. A lot of times people will try to be cool with you because they see that they can benefit from you. They see that they could use you as a stepping stone to get to the next level. So that's what I was trying to talk about in that other video. And the reason why I came up with this topic of using discernment is because of this spiritual download that I got. So when I was in second grade, Spirit brought me back to this memory. So when I was in second grade, I had some Oreos at lunch. And you know how it is when you were younger and you brought like certain foods to the cafeteria that they didn't serve. Everybody wanted some, but in particular, I had an old best friend who wanted some. Okay, and she told me, if you give me these Oreos, I'll be your friend. And I gave her some of the Oreos and I thought she was going to be my friend, but she was nice to me for that moment. And then the next day, she was back being rude to me. So I say all that to say how people treat you is how they feel about you. When they see that they can benefit from something, of course they're going to take it. She thought, oh, I'm going to be able to benefit from these Oreos because I want some Oreos. So I'm going to take that as a benefit to me because I like Oreos, but I don't really care about this person. I'm just using them. And even though I was really young, that's not something that like I understood until now. And I feel like dynamics like that still play out because a lot of people don't really outgrow certain patterns. They just kind of adapt to them as they get older and not realize that it's a problem. So if you're somebody like that, if you are very kind-hearted, it's time to put some limits on it. It's time to use discernment because yes, acceptance does feel good to the ego. It does feel good when people who have shitted on us or people who have talked bad about us try to redeem themselves. It will feel good because you feel like, wow, this person really acknowledged their wrongs. But a lot of times they're not acknowledging their wrongs for the right reasons. Let me run that back. A lot of times these people aren't acknowledging their wrongs for the right reasons. It's to benefit from you. So use discernment. And in my previous live video, I talked about how I had two incidents. So the first one was this person wanted to work with me. They sent me an email and I didn't respond because this is a person that, I've been around. I've had several classes with them. And this person, it was hot and cold with me, but kept claiming that I'm the one that's being hot and cold with them when I'm somebody who vibrates off energy. So if I feel like you don't really like me or if you don't really rock with me, I'm not going to go around you. So I didn't really go around this person. But this person would do little things, make comments. 1 minute they compliment me, 1 minute they throw a shade. So I just took it. I always take mixed signals as a no, right? I take mixed signals to mean no. You don't really like me if you do that. So that person emailed me and wanted to work with me, and I politely declined, like I didn't say anything because I used my discernment. I know that this person doesn't really like me or value me, but they see that I have something that can benefit them or whatever they're doing. So that's what I mean by use discernment because people will come back around when they see that talented. When you put your light out there and people see like, wow, this person flourishes in that area, or that's their expertise, best believe people will try to use you, especially the same people who talk down on you, the same people who threw dirt on your name, the same people who kept bringing you up and making you the topic of discussion. Those are the same people who are going to want your help or try to benefit from you in some way. So please use your discernment. In the other live video, I talked about like another scenario where I worked with a person, and I don't know why in the last video I said 5 months, but the person actually didn't like communicate with me for 3 months. And it was really sad because I remember like a family member had passed away, in that month. And I couldn't work because I'm like, hey, I'm going to be attending a funeral. And then that person never responded to me afterwards. And I feel like if you're employing somebody and somebody's working with you and for you, they should be updated on certain things you're doing. It's kind of like you fired me without saying anything. But to me, it felt like you used me, and that person did use me because they didn't contact me. Even when I text the person like 3 months later and was like, are we good? They're like, they waited 2 days to respond to say that we were good, but was posting on social media. So clearly I got used, I got bamboozled, and I didn't recognize that because I didn't use my discernment with that person. So you have to use discernment because that person knew I was good at teaching. That person knew that I was good at explaining complex topics like astrology and tarot and spirituality and things of that nature. That person knew and benefited from that and didn't even really pay me what I was worth. You know what I'm saying? So you have to use discernment, especially when you're somebody who's gifted. And then when you're a person that's gifted and you're kind hearted, you still have to use discernment because takers do not have limits. Okay. And when you're a giver, you have to have limits. You have to use your discernment. So that's what I talked about in the other live video. And I also talked about just how, being this eccentric person at the university that I attend, because I attend a PWI, like I do tend to shake things up. And, I'm about to graduate and all, but I just remember when I was in the process of making these shifts here, teaching about meditation, teaching about yoga, teaching about tarot, and just all things like that. I had people trying to say I'm weird because where I live in a Bible Belt. So the things I talk about are very taboo, but that was the point. We have to talk about these topics because religion is not the end all be all. And that's not something that everybody resonates with. That's something that I've expressed on this channel. And, I've had peers, I've had people that, worked in groups with me who just wrote me off as just this weird person. But it's like once they see that I'm gifted, that I'm spiritual, that I'm intuitive, they start to become a clout chaser. They start to like, I don't like this person, but how can I use them? And a lot of times these people don't like me because they know I can see right through their ass. That's what it is. Sometimes when people don't like you and you're a really kind person and you haven't done nothing, it's your kindness that condemns them. When a person knows that they move with manipulation tactics, when a person knows that they're deceitful, being around a kind-hearted person makes them feel guilty. Okay, it makes them feel self-conscious, and it's not something that they want to feel, so they'll say they don't like you. But at the same time, they know there's something good about you. They know there's something good about, your heart. They know there's something good about what you offer to the world, your talent, so they'll try to benefit from that, try to come up with you, or try to be attached to your name. So again, use discernment, okay? Because when people use you, they pick you up and drop you back down without any care for your feelings, without any regard, none of that. So that's why I say use discernment. And as I was saying, a lot of times the barrier to discernment is thinking that you're being mean, thinking that you're being rude, and also being too logical, looking for the evidence when the evidence is that person's actions, when the evidence is your intuition, okay? So yeah, I think this live was better. I feel like in the other one, I was definitely a Sag, definitely a Sagittarius. We're known for being very blunt, and that's something that I try to work on. So y'all bear with me. But thank you all for coming to this live video and watching. Peace.